Nikola Tesla, a pioneer of electricity, hides in plain sight along with his inventions. The eccentric scientist of his time was not just about lighting up the world with electricity. Beyond the glow of his famous inventions like the alternating current AC system, Tesla had a treasure trove of quirky and groundbreaking creations that history often forgets. From a death ray that could zap enemies from afar to an earthquake machine that might shake things up a bit, here are 5 of his least known experiments. Number 1. Experimental earthquake machine. Tesla allegedly built an oscillator that created small earthquakes in an NYC building. Nikola Tesla is claimed to have worked on an earthquake generator. Back in 1896, Tesla was working on a steam-powered oscillator, which transformed mechanical oscillations into electric current. In 1898, he supposedly oscillated his New York laboratory, enough for the neighbors to call the police, fearing an earthquake occurring. Tesla then went out looking for a half-erected steel building. When he found one, he clamped the vibrator to one of the beams, and the structure began to creak. The steel workers came down, assuming an earthquake happened. 10 minutes more, and he could have raised the building and dropped the Brooklyn Bridge into the East River in less than an hour. Number 2. X-ray investigation. Tesla had developed early versions of X-ray imaging, predating Wilhelm Röntgen. Tesla pioneered the use of X-rays for medical purposes, practically laying the foundations of radiology. Namely, since 1887, Tesla periodically experimented with X-rays, at that time still unknown and unnamed, which he called shadowgraphs. Moreover, at the end of 1894, Lie conducted extensive research focusing on X-rays, but unfortunately it was interrupted after the fire burning down his laboratory in 1895. In 1896 and 1897, Tesla published 10 papers on the biologic effects of X-ray radiation. During 1896 and 1897, Tesla continued improving X-ray devices. Apart from this, Tesla was the first to point out the harmful effects of exposure to X-ray radiation on human body. Number 3. Wireless transmission. At the peak of his career, Tesla wanted to invent the Wardenclyffe Tower. His grand idea was finally given the green light in 1901, but in less than a year the project went south and Tesla would eventually be ruined scientifically and economically. So, Wardenclyffe Tower was basically this super cool project dreamed up by Nikola Tesla back in the early 1900s. Tesla wanted to create this gigantic tower out in Long Island, New York, that could do some seriously amazing stuff. Tesla believed he could use the Earth's own natural properties, like its ionosphere, to bounce signals off and send them to far-off places without wires. Now, Tesla got some funding from a big-shot financier named J.P. Morgan to build this tower. But as the project went on, they had some disagreements, and Tesla ran into money troubles. Unfortunately, they never finished building the tower, and eventually it got torn down in 1917 because Tesla couldn't pay his bills. Number 4. Tesla's Teleforce. Tesla's Teleforce shot concentrated beams of particles and enemies. However, there is little evidence of its existence. Basically, he imagined a big, fancy machine that could shoot out beams of energy to zap targets from afar. Tesla thought it could be used for defense or even to prevent wars by making military attacks too risky. But like many of Tesla's ideas, it was never fully built or tested, so it kind of remains a fascinating piece of history and a testament to his brilliant imagination. Number 5. Tesla Turbine. Imagine you have a bunch of really tiny, flat disks stacked together like a stack of pancakes. That's what a Tesla turbine looked like. Now, picture these disks with some tiny holes in them, arranged in a cylinder. When you shoot air or steam into one end of the cylinder, these little disks start spinning like crazy. As they spin, they create power that can be used to do all sorts of cool stuff, like generating electricity or powering machinery. The cool thing about the Tesla turbine is that it's super simple and doesn't have many moving parts, which means it's less likely to break down. Plus, it's really efficient at converting energy into mechanical power. Tesla's impact on technology. In a nutshell, Nikola Tesla was undoubtedly one of history's most innovative minds, and while many of his inventions are well known, there are several remarkable creations that have faded into obscurity. From the groundbreaking Tesla turbine to his pioneering work in wireless energy transmission with Wardenclyffe Tower, Tesla's forgotten inventions showcase his visionary thinking and profound impact on technology. While these inventions may not have received the recognition they deserved during Tesla's lifetime, they remain testaments to his enduring legacy as a trailblazer in the fields of engineering and electricity.